I don't know why these buttons don't work for me the way they're supposed to.
Unmute now. All right, can you hear it now?
There we go. Yeah, Jack, introduce us to your friend.
Well, this is one of my favorites, chickens. Her name is Louise, the adventure chicken. A few minutes ago, she was just digging around in the bushes. And a few minutes ago, I was just feeding her veggies.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. So you, what does she like to eat?
She likes, she's like, she is like camel. She's like a camel over these veggie straws. I just
Check raisins and corn on the cob.
Ah, okay.
I was gonna sit there.
Mealworms.
and she likes to hang around.
Look at that.
Like
So she,
naughty, like running into the woods.
uh-huh.
That's a good chicken.
So she likes vegetables and veggie straws and
Yeah.
mealworms.
Oh yeah. Like,
So that makes her an omnivore, huh?
yeah.
Nice. And what makes her your favorite, Jack? What are her characteristics that make her special to you out of all of your chickens? I know you love all of them.
She's the easiest to catch.
Ah.
I don't have to hold her. She just sits on my leg. I don't have to hold her.
But it sounds like she really enjoys being with you.
Yes.
So the feeling is mutual.
Jack has chickens.
Awesome. How many chickens do you guys have, Jack, right now?
I have 6.
6. Wow. Cool. Thank you so much for letting us.
Don't touch.
Thanks for letting us get introduced to Louise. Okay. So I will read. That took a little longer than I thought. Yes.
He's good at softy.
Great. I got it. Thank you.
I know.
Okay.
This is
Okay. We are Miss Pettifor and the Penny Black. Oh, perfect. It's a short one, so we'll be able to read the whole thing. It was a snow quiet day with drifts across the windows and blue light through the frosted panes. With all her cats snoozing peacefully around her in a furry pileup, Miss Pettifor sat at her work table looking through a large velvet binder containing her collection of rare and not so rare stamps. She had a fine collection that used to belong to her father. She had stamps with pictures of Peruvian llamas, Indian dragonflies, and Mongolian yaks. Stamps with pictures of palm trees and water birds, airplanes and trains, monarchs and monarchs, insects and kings. Sometimes stamp makers make mistakes, and stamps with mistakes are the rarest of all. There's the Treskelling Yellow, a stamp that was printed the wrong color and of which there is only a single one left in the world. Or the Inverted Swan, where the picture was printed upside down so it looks as if the swan is swimming in the sky. Or the Mauritius Post Office error, where the words are wrong. Miss Pettifor didn't have any of these rarest of rare stamps in her collection, but she did have a stamp that she treasured most of all, her father's pride and joy, the famous Penny Black. The Penny Black was the very first sticky stamp ever made and has a lovely little picture of Queen Victoria wearing her crown with her hair pulled back in what looks like a ponytail. Imagine a queen wearing a ponytail. Miss Pettifor loved the little pictures, each in its own serrated frame, and each seeming to tell its own little story. On snowy days especially, she liked to spread the collection across her lap and dream of traveling to all the places the stamps were from. Tonga and Tunisia, Gibraltar and Jersey, Belgium and Burma, the Pitcairn and Paracel Islands. Sometimes she gathered the cats Minky, Misty, Taffy, Persia, Pirate, Mustard, Mutard, Hemdala, Earring, Grigorovich, Clasby, Captain, Captain, Captain Catkin, Captain Clothespin, Your Shyness, and Sizzles, and told them stories she made up about these places. Stories full of rolling waves and motorcades, damp caves and last-minute saves, musketeers and mountaineers. Pirate was especially fond of these snowy, stamp and story, slumbery afternoons, and liked to doze right on top of the open album, his black and white paws hanging over the edge. One afternoon, no one noticed that a stamp had stuck to one of his paws. And when Miss Pettifor closed the velvet binder, like the penny black, worth a small fortune, was no longer among its pages. The black stamp looked at a glance just like a little spot of black fur on Pirate's paw, until Miss Pettifor put on her glasses to read a little poetry before supper time. Then, while she was memorizing a poem and gazing at her cats lovingly, her eyes caught sight of the stamp sticking to Pirate's left forepaw. She lunged for the stamp and startled Pirate, who leaped to the top of the bookcase and, in doing so, unstuck the stamp, which flew up and was caught by the breeze at the half-open window. Miss Pettifor always left the windows open, just a little on wintry days, as she loved the smell of snow. I'm sorry, give me just a second here. Okay, if you think of new things to say to your sixth grade friends, you may go ahead and type them in the chat. I will get them at the end, okay? Out flew the penny black, and up jumped Miss Pettifor, who grabbed her warmest sweater and her fluffiest muff and pulled the frosty white tablecloth off her table. Clutching the corners, she gusted up to follow the stamp that was by now floating rather swiftly on the wind toward the village. The cats, who never missed an opportunity to fly, leaped into formation, linking tails and toes, and up drifted the furry cat rope, dark and wavering against the white winter sky. Oh, how the cats loved the ticklish feel of the snowflakes on their fur. Some words wait to ambush a story right in the middle. They hide until just the right moment, then leap out of nowhere and scare the story into an entirely different direction. Words like tidal wave, hurricane, volcano, and earthquake. Then there are other words that save the day. Words like fortunately, thank goodness, and whatever would we have done if you hadn't remembered to bring the glue? But fortunately, there are no natural disasters in this story, and so we can simply continue on. And yes, in case you are counting them, this is a digression. The penny black soared over the houses and fields on its way to town, Miss Pettifor and her cats in close pursuit. The stamp twirled and drifted, ascended and descended, danced and whirled in the snowy gusts. Several times Miss Pettifor reached out her hand and almost caught it, only to have a fresh gust push the stamp just out of reach. By this time, the cat rope was swinging over Mr. Patel's bakery. Just as they were passing over, the stamp shuddered and hovered, and then ever so slowly, so slow it seemed almost to be standing still, the stamp touched down lightly on the corner of a chimney. Miss Pettifor expertly adjusted her tablecloth, and she, along with Minky, Misty, Taffy, Persia, Pirate, Mustard, Mutard, Hemdala, Earring, Grigorovich, Clasby, Captain, Captain, Captain Catkin, Captain Clothespin, Your Shyness, and Sizzles, began to descend toward the roof. The moment they landed in a rather, I'm afraid it must be said, clumsy cat heap, the corner of the stamp lifted, and again the penny black floated off. In an instant, Miss Pettifor let out the cloth, and once more they took to the breeze, following in mad pursuit and never quite catching up. They raced in circles across the sky like the long black hand of a clock gone berserk. Then suddenly the penny black halted in midair, wavered and lilted, and slowly and finally came to rest at the very tip-top of Mr. Clemo's flagpole, a shiny silver knob that glinted in the late afternoon, sparkling, snow-filled light. Oh dear, what was Miss Pettifor to do? All the cats held their small cat breaths, not wanting to stir the stamp, which was balancing in the most fluttery sort of way, and would surely jump off if they came near. So I don't know if you can see it, but there is the stamp just clinging to the very tip of this flagpole. Thank goodness, Mr. Clemo noticed Miss Pettifor's bright white tablecloth puffed up above his shop, which at first he mistook for the full moon. And he rushed to Miss Pettifor's aid. He quickly urged her to land, and once Miss Pettifor and her cats were all safely on the ground, he brought out a heavy wooden bellows from his shop, the kind of bellows used to stoke the engine of a steam train, and heaved and hawed, creaked and wheezed, blew and bellowed, trying to air blast the little penny black from its perch. No one in the village had ever heard such shouting and wheezing, caterwauling and hollering. Everyone ran into the street to see what was happening. Children, as we all know, are much quicker than adults to grasp just what to do at a time like this, and immediately they ran back indoors for their butterfly nets. Then they gathered at the bottom of the flagpole, waiting for the moment the penny black would be dislodged and float to the ground. Meanwhile, Pirate, who felt responsible for all the mayhem, batted with his little black and white paws ever so slightly the rope that hung loosely up the flagpole, and that little cat vibration was just what was needed to urge the penny black back into the air. All the commotion came to a standstill, and all heads turned upward to watch as the stamp weaved and bobbled, wafted and wiggled its way lazily down, a little black speck amid the falling snowflakes, straight into the upturned and awaiting butterfly net of Mr. Clemo's niece, Clemmy, who deftly retrieved the stamp from the net and placed it in Miss Pettifor's anxious, outstretched hand. The crowd erupted into the loudest hurrahs and shouts of congratulations ever heard in the village. All the children ran about in the snow, and Mrs. Carruthers invited everyone over to her shop for free jelly beans. The penny black was saved. And forever after, on snowy days when Miss Pettifor spreads the velvet album across her lap and tells her cats all the made-up stories about all the places the stamps are from, there is now quite another stamp story to tell. All of it absolutely true, from the very quiet beginning to the very loud end. And that is the end of that story. That was perfect. I know, we love this book. It was a little too short today, huh? But we had important work to do. Now let me make sure I get all of these quotes from you before I let you go. Sam, I don't understand the meaning of cereal. You're going to have to explain. Annie, I'm getting your quote about Kayla. Yes, okay. Got that. Sam, I'm really not understanding your quotes here. Carissa, I'm getting your quotes about Isaac. Oh no, I got those. Okay. All right. Danny, I've got your comment about Max. Okay. Where is Sam? Let me find Sam. Oh, Sam, I can't see you. Okay, and I can't unmute you either. So if you have something you want to tell me, go ahead.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, all right. I don't know what to make of the television and cereal comments. So don't worry. If you were just goofing around, it's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure if you actually had something you wanted to put down that I got it. That's all. Hey guys, if you think of something after this, go ahead and email me. Later today is fine. Even maybe tomorrow I can still get some quotes in. So go ahead and email me if you think of something that you wanted to say about one of our graduates. Okay? And so what's going to happen with these comments is Miss Circe and I are going to get together and we're going to work together to make a video where we, the same way that we would normally go to the graduation and stand up and talk in front of you, we will make a video of that. And so we will have some nice things to say about each of the graduates, and we will share your comments with them. And I believe that this will be available for people to watch. So I hope that you'll have a chance to see it yourselves as well. I believe that's the plan. Okay. I wish we could just all get together in the gym and do it the way we're supposed to, but it's not going to be possible for us to do that. I'm sorry. Okay, Carissa, I'm getting these last comments from you. So I will say goodbye. I will unmute you. You can say goodbye to each other, and I will see you tomorrow morning, 9:30 for the Maya Civilization.